Hey all, I haven't done a video in a while, and I just thought I'd share a little bit of today. A friend called me, and during our conversation she um, wanted to ask me a question about pain, and she referenced Pema Chodron. She's been reading Pema Chodron, and she was confused because her uh, mother passed away last year, and it's been painful. And she was contemplating the advice that Pema gives, which is to, in her words, well, in my friend's words, to feel the feelings and then to let them go. And she described how difficult that is, just to let the feelings go, and she was a bit uncomfortable with it and unsure, and she wanted my opinion, and so I offered it. And I basically shared my orientation to dealing with difficult emotions, and I think that the Buddhist tradition and spiritual traditions like out of the East and yoga tend to disavow the emotions, so they're just sort of mind stuff that comes and passes, and that's all fine in one respect, but it's not the path that I've taken. And I just wanted to share a little bit of what I shared with her about what's possible. I think a lot of people don't know that there's a different way to go through pain, to go through grief, to go through loss, besides just feeling feelings for a moment and then trying to let them go. My orientation is actually results in the difficult feelings letting us go, so that by embracing them fully, which to me is really an embodied spirituality, and really being here on the planet, and attaching to things. And my friend also mentioned the notion of detachment, or I mentioned the notion of detachment, that's sort of that categorization of how to deal with feelings and mind-body stuff. And the Buddhists call it like detachment or unattachment or even being unhooked. And whatever it is, to me, it's just still a different fork in the road from actually embodying the feelings, letting them feel us in a sense, and being transformed by them. So I told her that when I experience loss, I grieve, and I grieve fully as I'm able to. And from that, I'm changed. My heart is open. My care and my embrace of life and my sense of groundedness is increased. And I find that, especially nowadays, an orientation of caring and being attached to things is valuable if we want to address environmental injustice and social injustice and corruption, and rehabilitating ourselves and our planet. That the path of attachment is just seems more appropriate. And that's not to say that I totally disavow unattachment or unhooking. I think that's a slice of the pie, that it's healthy and it's wise to have some of us be detached from our experience so that we have some perspective on it. But as a default overarching orientation to how to deal with difficulty, I find it very problematic. And I think that the path of attaching and being transformed by life is a courageous, embodied path. So yeah, it's an opportunity for us to become more than we think that we are. So sometimes we orient ourselves towards difficulty and towards our challenges by way of, our compass is guided by what we want to become or who we think we want to become. And when we surrender to the emotions and surrender to the pain that arrives, in our figurative guest house, as Rumi said, that is a way to become more than and different than what we can fathom where we are now. And so I think it's a radical embrace of the unknown to becomes something which, in my experience, has been surprising, astonishing, and incredible. And I'm really grateful for it. So I just wanted to share another perspective, another opportunity for how to deal with difficulty.